Chris with Chipper LLC Traders and Equipment here in front of the new Everun ER1220 loader. Okay, behind it I have the ER06 and the ER1000 here, because one of the things that we're trying to do is we want to educate, we want to provide you the best equipment at the best prices. So Everun loaders, the good dependable loaders, yes. I have one thing that I'm kind of a stickler on this is a manufacturer is able to rate their operating capacities whatever they want. But here in the USA, we're normally used to the operating capacity of a wheel loader being set at 50% of its operating capacity. On skid steers, it's normally 35%. On wheel loaders, you normally see 50%.
Okay, I slightly misspoke there, and what I meant to say was the rated operating capacity of a wheel loader is normally set at 50% of its tip capacity. And I want to go ahead and kind of cover this and throw this chart up. Because what we found is while the Everun wheel loaders are good, simple, and sturdy wheel loaders, we found that their rated operating capacities of their small frame loaders do not really match up with the measured tip capacities that what we're observing, and as such can make choosing the right loader for your application difficult. This chart shows the manufacturer's rated operating capacity against our measured tip capacities and what that would look like at 50% of those tip capacities and 35% of those tip capacities. Again, this is independent testing and it's not certified. This is just to roughly help you choose the right loader. And so what you're seeing is these loaders are pretty closely grouped together in their capacities, even though the manufacturer's rating capacities shows them being more spread apart. The ER06 really can do more than what it's rated, and the 1000 and the 1220 are really a bit overrated. And a good way of seeing that is the 1220, we carry around a half concrete block. It weighs 2,500 pounds. And then we carry around a full block that weighs 5,000 pounds. The ER1500 carries the full block more comfortably than the ER1220 carries the half block. So therein you'll see that little bit of subjectivity versus real world testing, and what we like to excel in is real world testing and helping you find the right machine. So we're going to talk about this a little more in the video, but this chart is, while it's independent testing and it's not certified to be perfect, it gives you a good idea.
So in our testing, all these specs will be available at Chipper LLC sales, but let's just talk about how this tested out. This loader tested out with a tip capacity of 3,870 pounds. Okay, if you took half of that, that would have an operating capacity of 1,935 pounds. It's rated with a 1,200 kilogram operating capacity, and that's 2,690 pounds. We tested it with a 2,500 pound block, and will it pick it up and carry it? Oh, it'll run up and down and carry it, but it's just right at the limits of tip. Would I want to carry that 2,500 pound block, you know, and at any sort of speed at high carry? No. So this video, we just want to kind of go through, and again, all the test data is at Chipper LLC sales, but just a quick comparison, really from checking it out, this would be 1,935 pounds operating capacity. These would be 1,662 operating capacity. Despite that they rate this at 1,200 kilograms, this is only 600 kilograms, and that one at 1,000 kilograms, when the 600 and the 1,000 actually both have the same tip. So let's first just go through the 1220. Let's talk about all the things on it. It's got a 48-inch wide wheelbase. It's about 10 foot long, just attachment plate to rear to the machine. Comes standard with turn signals and road lights, which is nice. Has 3 hydraulics functions on it. Quick attach for the bucket or forks, and then 2 different sets of auxiliary hydraulics. Those are all controlled by the joystick, which is very nice on this model. So all 3 auxiliary functions are on the joystick. tilt steering, turn signals, lighting, strobe, backup alarm, standard, electronic display, very comfortable seat, adjustable armrests, swing out doors. Unique to this model, and only in this model, is in 30 seconds you can fold the ropes down and reduce your height to whatever you're comfortable driving under. So if you have any low access areas you have to get under, this is a great choice. 3 tire options, and they're shown by just the different tires on these 3 machines. So kind of a skid steer bar load style, a aggressive ag style, and then a turf. All these are 26, 12, 12. 26 high, 12 wide, 12-inch rim. So let's just go down the lineup on these real fast. This one, I would pick it if I was trying to get the most lift capacity in a compact machine, or if I was needing the folding roll carriage. The 06 is the most affordable in the lineup. It's the difference between these two is, well, one, this doesn't have, it's got a removable, but it's bolt off roof, not foldable. This one is 8.5 foot of lift height and 3,350 pound tip. This one's 3,870 pound tip, lifts a little bit more, and 9 foot lift height. And then if I needed the ultimate in lift height, that's the Kelly version, 10 foot 5 inches of lift height. The Kelly gives you about 33 inches more reach and about 2 foot more of lift height. So 125 inch lift height on those. Some of the great features on these, they all have Kubota 1105 engines, so they're all 25 horsepower Kubota Diesels. They all have road lights, they all have LED lights, they all have strobe, they all have tow hitches standard, and full specs available at Chipper LLC sales. Just a quick rundown of the 3 different ones that we keep in stock here, and thanks for watching.
Here is the ER1220 and handling that 2,500 pound concrete block. That's a 2 foot by 3 foot by 3 foot concrete block. And if you'll notice, there's a little bit of an uphill slope where I'm at. That was right at close to the tip between having the 2,500 block and the forks, which probably is 300 or 400 pounds, so about 2,900 pounds and then it's a little bit further out. When you test the tip, you're testing it right at the plate, so that block moves a little bit further out. That 2,900 pounds is pretty close to the tip. So rated at 2,600 pounds by the manufacturer. And will it pick that up? Yes. But is that at 50% of tip? No. And that's what we talked about in the chart. So, but anyway, it does handle, push, carry this block around with ease. But at the end, I'm going to compare that against this is against the 1,500, handling double that blocks. So this is a 2 foot by 3 foot by 6 foot block, which weighs, these generally weigh anywhere from 5,000 to 5,500 pounds. They vary a little bit. As you see, not only is it able to pick it up, this is a telly, it's able to pick it up and telescope it out. And you can see that when it's telescoping out, the rear end is starting to get light. It's right at the limits. So, what you're going to see here with this one is the large frame loaders, the manufacturer rating on those is very conservative. And for whatever reason, the manufacturer's chosen on particularly just the ER1000 and the ER1220 to rate the operating capacity closer than you would normally see to the tip capacity. It will lift the amounts to rating, but just it's closer to the tip capacity than what you normally see. Normally you would see the rated operating capacity at 50%, and that's kind of what you're seeing here. Is this one's rated capacity is 3,307 pounds, but that's a 5,000 pound block, And you'll see we just shifted to high gear, and so I'm carrying that block at 12 to 15 miles per hour, and it's doing it comfortably. I mean, you can, when you hit a bump on the road, you can feel the rear end raising just a little bit, but this 1500F, which is not rated that much higher than the 1220, is able to carry a block that's twice as heavy and carry it more comfortably. So that's what I was saying is, use us for your test data on these, and all these charts and stuff. We're comparing them against our measured data. But large frame loaders, very impressed with. If you need something to handle and unload heavy trucks, or or get into landscape projects where you're having to carry heavy materials, it's a great choice. But thanks for watching.